Welcome to Believers Talk with Joe and Steve. We are your hosts. I'm Joe.
I'm Steve.
And in this episode of Believers Talk, we want to kind of just catch everyone up on what's going on in Buffalo, right? What our Bills are doing and what's new around the league. But before we do that, we just want to remind everyone, if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel. If you like Bills content, you want to be here. We're going to constantly be giving you Bills content from off-season, regular season, hopefully postseason, and all the way to the Super Bowl. So stay right here, and we'll have you covered. But yeah, so what is going on in Buffalo right now, Steve? I don't know if you want to get started.
Yeah, they had their mini camp.
Right.
So that was the past weekend.
Mm-hmm. So 11th to 13th,
Yep.
I think. Yep, talking. Mm-hmm.
So obviously you got to see some of the players do that.
Yep.
Most notably, before the mini camp, they did sign a bunch of their draft picks.
Right.
There was 3 that were unsigned going into the mini camp,
Mm-hmm.
and then they did sign Jermaine Edmonds, the linebacker, after mini camp.
Right.
He signed a 4-year deal, and because he's a first-round pick,
Mm-hmm.
they do have a 5th-year option on him. His contract's probably 4-year, like $12 million and a half deal,
Sure.
somewhere around there. And then obviously the 5th-year option would be above that.
Right.
But,
Right. Yeah. So the 2 that haven't signed are our quarterback Josh Allen,
Josh
who
Allen.
will sign, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Right. With the newest rookie structure, it's really hard to hold out or anything like
Yeah,
that.
basically these guys are slotted in at a
Right.
certain number whenever they're drafted, so
Yeah.
it's easy to sign them, and
Yeah.
it's more of like language type things.
Right.
now.
Signing bonuses. Sometimes
Yeah.
we saw, I think Bosa or something like that for San Diego a couple years back.
Okay.
LA a couple
Yeah.
years back, sat out because of a signing bonus issue. But yeah, I mean, for the most part. So it's Josh Allen and Harrison Phillips, right?
Yep, the
Our
defensive tackle.
two defensive tackle who we're both looking forward to signing. I think we both had him as our favorite pick. So, but the other 4 or 5 have signed it.
Yeah.
If you wanted to go through names or.
Safety Saron Neal,
Mm-hmm.
he signed along with cornerback Tyrod Johnson,
Mm-hmm.
and then offensive lineman Wyatt Teller,
Mm-hmm.
and 2 wide receivers Ray McLeod and Austin Pearl.
Right.
They all signed 4-year deals.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, they're a lot lesser than
Right.
Jermaine Edmonds, but
And with those players, you don't have the 5th-year option.
yeah,
Jermaine Edmonds being the first-round pick, you have that 5th-year option. Those
Yep.
guys, you have the 4 years. But I'm glad you actually brought up Pearl because we want to talk a little bit about rookie minicamp, right? And now, for those of you who don't know, rookie minicamp's not televised. Most of everything we see or hear is from other people who are there.
Yeah.
But from what we've heard about everybody saying is Pearl really impressed them, which doesn't surprise you, right?
No.
Like you were talking about that in the last episode, so.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a really good slot receiver.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously, everybody knows his dad, Ricky Pearl.
Right.
17 years in the league,
Mhm.
had a knack for just being able to get open and
Mhm.
knew how to work the slot position.
Yeah.
So, learning from his dad,
Yeah.
growing up, you know
Right,
what I mean? You get all that
absolutely.
knowledge, you're around the NFL.
Yeah.
He played at North Carolina and kind of had some really good games this year. This was his best year this past year.
Yeah.
So, it doesn't really surprise me. And I think
Yeah.
he's one of the guys that I think can make the roster and take over that slot position.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think it works out better for you as a young man growing up if your father, whoever, was not like the star of the team, right? Someone who has like speed. You can't teach speed. Either you have it or you don't. Something like route running, you can teach that. You can practice that at home. So I think that kind of helps him out there. And like you said, 17-year career kind of. You get to see the ropes. I'm sure he was on plenty of sideline games at for the Rams, watching. So yeah. So that pretty much is minicamp. We'll get more into the quarterback. We had Jim Kelly at minicamp, so we'll talk about that a little bit as well. But before we do that, you have news about a new Bills signing from minicamp, right?
Yeah.
Fullback. Yeah, Zach Olstad from. I have his stats here. I'll go over those real quick before we get into anything else. From Winona State, Zach Olstad, fullback, but in Winona State, he was more of like a hybrid type guy.
Okay.
So again, going back to Coach loving the versatility,
Yep.
right? So he played fullback, he played tight end, and he played, I think it's a linebacker, but let me double check that real quick. Yeah, linebacker. So you have tight end, fullback, linebacker. That's how you get on a team.
Yep.
So he might just be a special teams guy, but again, that's important.
Yeah, I mean they carried 2 tight end or 2 fullbacks last year
Mhm.
in DeMarco
Right.
and Tolbert.
Right.
So maybe he takes over that Tolbert, but he'll be a special teams guy and
Absolutely.
that role as fullback if he makes the squad.
Yeah.
And to sign him, they had to waive a player, and they did waive running back Aaron Green, who had a hamstring injury, so they waived him injured.
Right.
So we got a little less there at the running back position, but not much.
Yeah.
They signed Aaron Green last year when McCoy was hurt,
Right.
and then we had Tywan Jones hurt, and Cadet.
Jones is still with us, right?
Yep,
Jones
Cadet
is still there,
and Jones, they did re-sign.
Right, so we still have 4 running backs back there with McCoy, Ivory, Cadet, and Jones. So we're looking okay there. Again, that's definitely a position that we want to get younger in, right? But that's okay right now. And then we have 2 free agents coming in to visit this week as well. I don't know if you want to talk
sometime
about
this
that.
week I heard different reports, either today or yesterday that they were in, but defensive end Ryan Russell, formerly of the Buccaneers, and then surprise, surprise, wide receiver Russell Shepard, who previously played for the Panthers.
Right.
So there's the Panthers connection again.
Right. So, and it seems like we're getting a lot more of those players, right? But that's okay. I mean, if they work out for us, that's what it's all about. So those 2 players are coming in. Again, depth type positions, depth type signings. We need to get our roster filled. So these guys will help with that. And from what I don't remember the stats off the top of my head, but I do know that Russell Shepard did not play in too many games last year, and did okay. So we'll see what happens.
And I believe I saw somewhere that he asked for his release too.
Okay.
So that's kind of telling. More of a special teams guy, versatility.
Exactly.
I think at one point they asked him to play defensive back. I think that's when he played for Tampa Bay. So it might be something there. I mean, just throwing that out there. I don't think that he'll be switching to defensive back, but you never know if you need somebody in a pinch. Look what Troy Brown did for the Patriots years ago. Right, exactly. And we've seen wide receivers come in at quarterback and stuff like that. Like Antonio Brown, I think did it for Ben. So. And a lot of times, like this part of free agency, you're not going to see really big name signings. So these are just going to be role guys or guys just taking a flyer on to see if they'll make the roster.
But the biggest news from minicamp and pictures that I'm sure everyone saw was Jim Kelly was at minicamp. So it was good to see him. It was good to see him show up there. It was really the first public sighting since he had the cancer treatment. So he obviously had talks with Josh Allen. Would love to have been a fly on that wall, right?
That's pretty cool to be Josh Allen.
Absolutely.
Have an NFL Hall of Famer come out just to watch you practice. It's not even really a full-blown NFL practice. It's a rookie mini camp. They did kind of hold Allen back on certain things. Same thing with Jermaine Evans, because at that time they were unsigned. I don't know if it was because of that or just injury. And they're probably going to get a lot of reps for training camp anyway too, so to try to pace them.
I did hear McDermott did want the guys, because again we know Allen and Edmonds and Phillips are going to make the roster, right? So give those undrafted free agents a chance to go out there, see what they can do, because it not only helps them, it helps the team as well to say, okay, here's the guy we got. We want him to keep him and see what he has in training camp. So.
The other thing too I heard is they didn't have Allen take the first snap, and some people are like, well, that's just McDermott saying, hey, you might be the 7th overall pick, but you still got to earn it.
Right. Oh yeah, absolutely.
And I don't think that's any knock on Allen.
No.
I just think it could be that or it could not be, but it's another thing of making sure everybody knows you still have to work.
Right. Yeah. Everything coming out of rookie minicamp from Allen was nothing but high praise. Right. And some naysayers are saying things like, oh, well, of course you're going to do something like that rookie minicamp. I don't think that's necessarily true. A coach is going to be honest with you. He doesn't care who's around. So the ball's not going to sit there and sugarcoat something just because there's a camera right there. I don't believe that.
Now, I did see the ball after just about every snap. They were talking with Allen, whether it was, I believe I read it was footwork or stuff like that, just making sure that everything was on point, and probably what he saw and going through everything with him. So I don't think it was anything negative.
Right.
Because you do want to kind of see what he's thinking, or
absolutely.
Why did you turn your foot that way? Or
Exactly.
did you see how the ball went from here to there? I mean, it wasn't like we were reading that Allen was throwing the ball over the place. He wasn't wildly inaccurate.
From what we hear,
so that's a plus.
Absolutely. But we also, going back to our other first-round pick, Edmonds, he in main camp worked as middle linebacker.
Yep.
So that's kind of a little telling on what his role might be come regular season, or come at least preseason,
yep.
right? They had him as the play caller in the huddle.
Yeah.
So again, these are all things, and that's good for the middle linebacker to do anyway, right?
Yeah.
If you're a middle linebacker.
I mean, middle linebacker usually always is calling the plays out. And we talked a little bit about this before in some of our other episodes. They want to have versatility and be athletic at the linebacker position. And we both like Preston Brown, but he's not near as athletic as Edmonds. Right. So this really upgrades that position.
Absolutely.
Now it looks like it'll probably be Edmonds at middle linebacker, a Milano.
Yep.
And then you have at the strong side would be Alexander.
Right. Right.
And that's the way it's looking at. Yeah. As far as just going off rookie mini camp here with Edmonds playing Mike.
And that's just the like we've said before, McDermott does like the 2 linebacker system too. So that's just if we do have the 3 basic linebackers. So we could even have Alexander come in and out. Yeah, and then he'll be a lot.
When we go to like the nickel or something like that, or dime defense, it's most likely going to be Edmonds and Milano.
Right.
So there's probably about 60-70% of the snaps. It's going to be those 2. They're very athletic, and that it'll upgrade in the long run.
It's exciting.
You did see the difference between Humper and Milano last year.
Right.
So
and you already have the comparison of everyone wanted Trey Edmonds to be the next Luke Kuechly, right? Because McDermott's, I think he can be better. He's only 20 years old now, right? I mean, and you see pictures of him. He's just a physical beast. Like,
he's a freak.
Insane.
So what was Mayock saying draft day? He was singing "Super Freak."
Oh yeah, that's right, Mayock. Super Freak. So we look forward to that. But that's pretty much it from rookie mini camp. I didn't know if there was anything else that you really wanted to get into a little bit before we.
The NFL preseason. Now we did an episode on that before. Right. We named off the teams that they played, and we did a rough schedule. Right. I didn't have set dates. Yep. They did come out with set dates there. We start off a Thursday night game against the Panthers at home. That's August 9th at 7 p.m. Okay. And then our next game would be Friday, August 17th at the Browns, and that's a 7:30 kickoff. And then we have our Sunday primetime game that's going to be nationally televised. That's August 26th versus the Bengals. So that'll be the cool atmosphere. Everybody will be cheering for Andy Dalton, I'm sure. Andy Dalton and Tyler Boyd. So maybe they should do some play to get them the ball right away.
Absolutely.
But that'll be a 4 o'clock kickoff.
Okay.
And then their last preseason game would be a Thursday, August 30th, and that's at Chicago at 8 p.m. So we play the Bears twice this year, one in the preseason and one in the regular season.
And now that game obviously will look a lot different one to the other, right? Because you only have, many stars play the 4th preseason game. And then are all the last games that Thursday?
Yeah.
All the last games will be Thursday.
They try to keep them so everybody has that week and a half, just shy of a week and a half to get set up for the
regular season.
And they also do final cuts after that, so most players that Friday get cut.
Right. So that's all the information I think we wanted to share with you today, right? I mean, we just wanted to get on here. There is news happening. It's just happening a little bit slower than it was at first. Like Steve said, we will have more free agent signings coming up for sure, and we'll keep you up to date on all the names. That's what we're here to do. If you're a Bills fan, if you like this kind of stuff, if you're a fan of the NFL and you want to keep up to date, like this channel, subscribe. We'll be here for you. So be sure to do that. Like or dislike this video, comment, and we'll be sure to get back to you. But till next time,
go Bills.
Go Bills.